Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1minutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the wrist action in the forehand. And I want to talk to you about supination, pronation, ulnar deviation, and radial deviation. But I'm not going to describe it that way. Now, many years ago, I heard the forehand coached in this fashion, and I thought it was kind of funny. In the amortization phase of the stroke, then ulnar deviation and supination recoil into pronation and radial deviation, creating the centrifugal force of the modern forehand. If you're a scientist, this is probably a great way of starting an article or a paper. But as a tennis coach, this doesn't mean too much. You have to remember that the language of the mind is words. The language of the body is feeling. You're not going to get a great forehand with all of these words. But I want to show you what supination, radial deviation, ulnar deviation, and all of those things turn into when you make the stroke correctly. And I'm very lucky, I'm in a very warm climate right now. And so in a warm climate, what a lot of people do is they use a fan just to keep themselves cool. Well, now I'm going to take the racket back and I'm going to fan myself using the wrist and forearm. And the real feeling is from the elbow, not from the wrist. So the elbow moves first and the wrist moves second. So look again, here I'm in place and I'm just fanning myself and I'm feeling pretty cool. And now what I want to do is make the stroke, and I take the racket back in this choked up grip so that I can fan myself, and I take the racket back and I fan myself and make the forehand. And again, take the racket back, let's check the fan motion, and now take the racket back, fan myself and make the stroke. And now incrementally, I'm going to move the hand down the racket, because the fanning motion will be much more difficult when I hold the racket normally. So to begin, I'm going to choke right up, I'm at the top of the grip, I make the fan motion and make the stroke. Now, 1 inch or so further down, make the fan motion and make the stroke. And now, right at the bottom of the racket, make the fan motion and make the stroke. If you fan yourself with the racket, then you'll find that in the amortization phase of the stroke, you have supination, radial deviation, recoiling into pronation and ulnar deviation. But it's a lot easier to think about just keeping yourself cool and making this fan shape. If you apply this to your forehand, and it's a pretty simple concept, then you will have much more safety on the stroke. You'll be able to make power from difficult situations, and you'll be able to recover the stroke even when the ball's not in the right place, even when it's not perfect. So try this fan shape now. Let me know how it works for you or in the players that you work with. You know I love your feedback, and I do try to reply to every single comment. If you need more help with your game, if you're at a roadblock, then have a look at what we can do with online coaching. We're helping players of all ages, all levels, and all over the world with a unique blend of video analysis and one-to-one online lessons such as this. For more information, email us or have a look at the website below. Thanks for watching. Remember, fan your forehand for more power and control, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.